Hello and welcome back to CSGB Racing. We are here for round 6 of 11 here tonight, and of course it is the F2 League after whatever F1 was last night. I think a bit of a mess, but oh well, we got to the end eventually. Once again, he missed last week due to life essentially, but he's here again this week. Welcome back, James Selby. How's it going, mate?
Very well, thank you, Mr. Powers. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad.
Good, good. I did get to watch last week. It looked very good the day after.
Yeah, it was an interesting race. I can't add everybody on my laptop. Can you go into the stream and add everybody in there?
Yeah.
My laptop's broken essentially. Anyway, as I said, it is round 6 this time. Of course, we've had 5 weeks of quite good racing, to be honest. Quite, it hasn't been the cleanest, but it's been very enjoyable to watch. And I think actually even the F1 tier is starting to lose its cleanness a little bit at the moment. I think overall it's been a fairly decent job by everyone. Looks like we have another full grid, which of course is awesome to see. From that, see the chat. Hello Charlie, how's it going? Oh, turn that off. I don't want that going off every 2 seconds. There's Anton as well. Good luck in the race to you guys and anybody else watching. Have a quick look then, go back to last week. I'm not too sure where Ben is. I think we're supposed to have readied up around about now. Have I even messaged him a couple of times? No response. So that could be interesting.
He'll be here. He'll be here.
Yeah, I mentioned about a replacement about 10 minutes ago. He hasn't replied to me, but I've used my initiative for once. Which,
Well done.
which may have saved the driver. I guess we're all here and it's 7 o'clock. Am I allowed to write in the announcements to say to go? I am. However, I can't. It's going to load though. Or do we wait an hour for Ben? Okay, well, whilst you wait, we'll run you through, I guess, what happened last week. I can find the right tab here on the channel. So this is F1. There we go. So the F2 for Belgium last week, of course, that's the track we were racing at. It was PXTR on pole position after an interesting qualifying session. On the front row with him was Abzi, and then the 2 Williams drivers of Pim and JD were on the second row. We'll have a look at the race results because that's really what matters at the end of the day. And it was Abzi taking the win by 78 thousandths of a second. I believe that win was on penalties. The McLaren driver just sneaking into the 3-second gap of JD, who who led, I think, quite a lot of the race, if I remember correctly. Also picking up the fastest lap with a 1 minute 44.1 at the end of a 22 laps around Spa. Also joining him on the podium was Kyle Catterson, picking up P3. Another strong result for him. His teammate as well in P4, so good result for Alfa Romeo last week, as Pelderargus got up into that top group of cars. And it was Brad in the Ferrari that managed to get to P5 at the end of that. Head on to the sprint race then, of course half the laps, and it was the other McLaren of Kia this time around who picked up the win. So very strong result for McLaren, and I think the second time in F2 that 2 different drivers from the same team have won in one event, after I believe yourself in exam at the end of Abu Dhabi last season.
Yep, Abu Dhabi, last race of the year.
Yeah, it would have been me and Anton in Vietnam, but what happened happened.
Don't talk about it.
No.
Don't talk about it.
Also, it was the another Williams getting P2 in the sprint last week, with him getting the 12 points there as it is for the sprint race. And PXTR, after being on pole for both races, got a podium at the end of it. Good result from him. Again, his Red Bull teammate then getting P4 there. Mick Gamer, I think, crashed in the first race. I think that there was involved in one of the couple of big crashes that we saw. with just Mikey getting P5. In the end of that, rest of the points went to Pro Mayhem, Brad, and Cadson. So double points for the Alfa Romeo. Now, do you want to go through the standings, or?
Yeah, sure. Just get that tab open. Discord server. Oh. Okay. So, in first, where that? Discord's crashed. Nice. What's about that? Okay, so first is Absy, 90 points. Pim second on 74. JD third, 73. And then there's quite a bit of a gap. 20 points behind is Brad Lloyd at 53. Exam 51. Catterson 48. Kia 45. And then we've got Anton in 8th, Adam 9th, 10 and Thomas, 11 Jake, which is Pro Mayhem, 12 is Liam RBS, 13 Powdy, 14 Hazard, 15th Mikey. 16th we've got Alpha Sharav, 17th Gamer, 18th PXTR, 19 Luchek, 20 Bannister, 21 Rizanowski, and then there's a lot of reserves underneath.
Yeah, I wouldn't bother going through the reserves, yeah. There's a lot of them here. I believe it's Williams leading the constructors, is it not?
It is, yeah, on 147. McLaren on 135. Ferrari in third on 92. Closely followed by Mercedes on 90. And then even closely followed by Alfa Romeo on 89. Bit of a gap to Red Bull on 67. Renault on 62. Haas on 45. Racing Point 44. And AlphaTauri on 30.
Yeah, everyone got points. Good thing to see.
Yeah.
No teams falling, well, too far back at least, but again, Williams have shown very good pace this season. Obviously, JD tonight will be represented by Donaldino, as I believe he was banned for a week. Don't know how he managed it, but got himself a week's ban.
Oh.
So yeah, he's on that account for tonight. Reserves in tonight.
Okay.
So we have Hayden Blaken standing in for Renault. Alpha Shroud not here today. And there is another one, if I can find his name. The Hazard is stepping in for James Harmon, I believe. There's a very quiet pit lane at the moment.
No one's rushing, are they?
No. Guess we just wait and see. Lifted. I do like it. I do like it when it rains here, but not when you're stuck behind somebody else for 28 laps. But oh well. And here we go. Suddenly everybody comes out at once. Who is that lead Haas? Is it Gerber? It is. We'll watch him then. 4 cars coming out. I can see 2 cars currently opting for the medium tyres. Those 2 being Lusek and Anton. Everybody else currently opting to go for the softer tyre. Of course, we'll have to wait and see what happens. So we are apparently 2 minutes into qualifying already. Bit of a dead first couple of minutes, but I think you can still get 3 runs in here quite easily. Also, the validation is going to be key here, as we see there the Haas going wide at turn 9, I believe it is. Up at the top of the hill, you can cut or you can track extend up top of the hill. It's a bit of a horrible corner, really. Also, through most corners there in that first sector, track extending or even cutting can be quite difficult to avoid, as of course it is quite a large sequence of just going left and right, and you want to pretty much cut as much of the corner as you can whilst getting away with it. Probably the best line to go through there. Of course, as we head down here, I believe turn 16, turn 15-ish. You want to go nice and wide on the entry. And then probably swoop back towards the apex and hope the back of the car doesn't decide to do a spin. As you can see, Gerben may come into the pit lane here. Did he manage to validate his second lap? He didn't, so he's going to go for his lap here. See, who else have we got in chat? I got Liam. Good evening, mate. Charlie, Bence, the Mighty Bigfoot. That's a great name. So we got Pim and B-Boy1. Good evening to all of you. Any drivers watching, hope you have a good race. Or a good couple of races, I guess. You can see actually Lusak has decided to go for the softs again. After initially tempting the mediums, it's just going to be Anton going for a lap on those yellow wall tyres at the moment. As Gerbis somehow avoids invalidation there as he runs a little bit wide at turn 9. Just about managed to keep his car on the track possibly. Head down this quite a long back straight now. Of course covered by DRS, and you want to be hard on the brakes down into turn 12. Pick up that apex nicely there. We'll go on board then for the final sector as he gets through probably the technical part of the track. Now it's quite a lot of slow speed corners here as you want to go really wide here, as I said about a minute and a half ago. And then we're completely flat around both of these corners here. I think it's 2 corners anyway, it might be 3 actually. Possibly want to use a little bit more of the track and that you'll be able to carry a little bit more speed, and as he gets to turn 19 he cuts the inside. And I think he's going to go straight for a second lap here as he fires out of the final corner once again. We'll go to the Renault then, who's going to be coming up to the line. It's one of the reserves here tonight. It's going to go P1 at the moment, but of course first set a lap time, instantly beaten by Kay Catterson, who rises to the top of the table, 131.7 for the current leader, which is instantly beaten by JD. It's going to be his name, despite his game attack here for tonight. Bradton going into second for Ferrari with his teammate down in P6 at the moment, the slowest of all. Of course he is on the harder tyres, so that's excused. You have a look. The Hazard, the second of the 2 reserves here today. Going up into P3 very momentarily before Pedro Vargas goes up into the second for Alfa Romeo. Here's the next one to cross the line then. It's going to be P10 at the moment, so not the best of laps from the McLaren. Of course, won a race last week. Pim goes 5th very quickly before PXTR goes pole and instantly beaten by Abzi, who goes 2 tenths faster in the McLaren. Tom Ash is going to come up to the line now and slot into P6. Looking like a very tight midfield once again, as I believe that Haas coming up to the line once again is going to be Gerber, who is invalidated once more. Just going to be the pit lane for the Haas. Very easy to do a Hindle into that pit wall. I came millimetres away from hitting it last night, but all is fine as long as you don't hit it.
Good time from Absy, that 30.5. We say that every week.
Yeah.
All times in M2.
I think we keep forgetting that some of these guys are actually quicker than some of us in F1.
Yeah.
Because I think I did a 30... I know I had a wetter setup, I'm not going to use that as an excuse or something. But I think I did a 31 something last night.
I had a wet setup and did a personal best of a 30.2, I think, so now it's my dry setup.
Yeah, I mean, I had a lap. I was purple sector 1, green sector 2, and I somehow lost a 10th at the end of the lap.
Yeah.
I don't know how I lost. I lost at least 3 tenths in the final sector somehow. Don't know how, but I did it. And then my final lap, I was down sector 1, down sector 2, and then got blocked at the final corner. Can't remember who it was. I cared that little. Yeah, I'm guessing everybody's going to be on a dry setup, as I've been told the race will be dry.
Yeah.
Just waiting for a couple of drivers to set a lap. We'll have, I think it's Z20, no, not 29. I've already got to stop saying that. 92. Looks like he's had another off track in the first sector, heading down towards turn 12 now.
Hayden Blake's just finished the lap. 3.4 tenths.
I think that would have been his last lap, but also he's running out of fuel now. It has done 3 laps on those tyres.
Yeah. They don't last
Anton,
very long around here.
no, not really. Anton's going to go for a soft run after the initial medium one. And the Hazard comes into the pits after 2 laps. And Francois on a lap. Adam on a lap now, coming down through turn 2. We'll stay on board with him as he comes through the S's. How tight does he want to get to that white line? It's a very easy thing to just cross it slightly. A couple of times yesterday I was adamant I crossed the line, but the game was like, no, you're fine. I was like, cool. It's down towards turn 11 then, a little bit wide of the apex. I think the preferred line flopping through there is going a little bit deep, cut back to the apex. You should get a better run. Of course, heading down quite a long straight. As one of the Renaults have crashed at turn, I think it's 16. Might see them in a little bit. The Mercedes makes its way into the final sector, down towards that very corner there. For a bit of a different corner, it's on camber, and yet the car still feels very loose for it, unless that's just me.
No, it does.
One final corner then for the Mercedes. Come up to the line and slot into P10 at the moment. Decent lap there. A lot of drivers covered within a second. In fact, it's just the top 10 at the moment. I'd imagine we'll see the majority covered within a second come the end of the session.
Yeah.
Z92 gets in a lap. I think that was attempt number 4. But I think it's expected a lot of people here. If you're going to be pushing to the limit, you probably expect to cross the white line somewhere. There's plenty of corners to try out. So we have pretty much stationary Red Bull there, chilling at the start of the S's. Won't be helping too many lap times if he continues to stay there. Try and find somebody that's not on an invalid lap.
Carson's just coming up for the last 2 corners.
Four thumbs up as well. What can you do? 1 corner left. Opts not to open DRS as he crosses the line.
He lost a lot of time just before he got on board. But there's plenty of time in his lap.
Just waiting on Pro Mayhem to start a lap now. So he continues to stay in the pits. Actually, no, I think he was out earlier.
Yeah, I think he invalidated.
Yeah, I think I remember seeing 2 passes on track, so... Someone that is on a lap now. It's not actually exam, it's what it would be. Lusek is about to start his lap on the medium tyres as well, so thinks he can improve. We'll look at his lap very quickly. He's done a 31.2 on softs. Let's see what he can do then as he comes through the middle sector. His teammate is the only car in front of him, but I'd imagine he'll get out of the way if he is not on a lap. He flicks the car up over the crest, now you want to come down the hill. There we go, his teammate there, just pulling over to the side. You want to probably get the best exit you could probably get out of that corner, as the straight is that long, and the DRS zone's quite long as well. It's not too many times you'll see the DRS zone pretty much fill the entire length of the straight. This track is an exception. I think both the straights here actually. The DRS zone pretty much covers all of it. As he runs pretty much his very limit of the track there through 16. And then with 2 corners left to go. Now one, he's going to come into the pit lane, so he's possibly down on his time. I guess worth a shot, as they'll probably help you a lot if you start on the mediums. In comparison.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely the quickest way around.
I know soft medium is possible here, but you have to get every grain of rubber off of those soft tyres.
Yeah.
I think probably soft hard, would it be? Or would it be 2 stop?
I would have go for the 1 stop if I could, and then hope for a late safety car. To be honest, on the medium softs. If you want to be aggressive, then I think 2 stops not too far behind. With how slow you end up going.
I think it's quite close
because
yeah. I think the hard tyres are pretty much useless here, aren't they?
Yeah.
Don't imagine there's much grip in Sector 1, so...
No.
The Hazard then takes a very wide line there. And I'm not too sure what that Mercedes is doing, but he manages to get out of the way. Corner completely flat. I don't think that corner's ever not been flat. Maybe back to like 2013 or something, one of the first years on the we came here.
Yeah, I don't remember it not being flat.
And maybe the old generation of downforce, like 2016 backwards.
Yeah.
May have been a slight lift, but... Let's go over to Pim then. Pretty decent season so far. He was a little bit down in the first sector. Hoping to be regaining a little bit of time.
And the gamer wants to start on the mediums.
Okay.
Tired in the pits.
Pim has gained that time back in the middle sector, then now 3 attempts up. Just taking a very wide line there. A little bit of a slide from the rear end, which I think everybody gets if you want to not lose time, essentially.
Yeah.
You have to pretty much slide the car around there. 1 corner left then, he's run out of battery already, which I think is pretty common here. He gets a decent exit, crosses the line and moves up into P7. Lost a little bit of time in that final sector by the look of things. As Premier Heaven's retired, so he will not be setting a lap here in this session. Now into the last 2 minutes, so people probably queuing up to start the lap. I know last night there was a massive queue in the final sector.
Yeah, there was.
Most of it managed to stay out of my way, apart from 1 in the final corner. To be fair, he moved just very late. It's pretty much just before I hit the brake. I don't remember who it was. I think it was one of the Vapors. There's too many of them now to kind of remember who they all are.
Cole Carson was nearly half a second up from the final sector. His claim should put him into the top 5, I guess.
We can do. Once again, opts not to open the DRS. He comes onto the start-finish line. Moves up into P7.
Rants pulled out of his lap.
Okay, so we're taking a highest of 6th place then.
JD's 3.5 tenths up.
Calderaga's then across the line, goes up into P4, very good lap from the Alfa Romeo. And as JD just put that on pole, I think he has, goes 4 thousandths faster than Abzi did earlier on in the session, as I believe his teammates just come into the pit lane. Go back to Gerber then, 7.5 comes up at the end of sector 2, comes around the final corner, back end steps out a little bit, crosses the line, finds half a second up into 15th for the Haas. As now they're all going to come flurrying across the line. Adam moves up into 11th. I think who was that racing point? Was it Tomash? No, it was Z29. Don't think he improved, however.
Yeah.
Kia's crossed the line, I believe. No, that was Amsi. He's retaken pole by 22 thousandths of a second.
He lost a lot of time in the third sector as well.
Exam now on his out lap, so he may have had a timing glitch here, as he's now starting his lap.
That'll explain the slow start.
Yeah. My game actually loaded one of the first ones. That's a massive change. Quite often I'll load into a session and whoever my teammate is, I'm in the party them, they'll be okay, my strategy's done. I'm like, I still have a black screen loading into the game. I'm like, come on. Quite often there's like 10 seconds left. I'm like, what? I can't sort my stuff out in that time. But I think the checker flag may be out now, as I can see two cars with the checkered next to their names. Let's have a quick look. So Adam comes into the pit lane. The racing point has validated, there's no improvement from him. So Amsi hasn't validated, so it's going to be one of the Renaults potentially to the line.
Exam's the half a second up nearly. Put him real close to them front two.
Charlie pulls into the pit lane, as does his teammates, and we're now looking at Exam. One corner left for the Mercedes. I think is his last set of time, quite possibly. And he's jumped into third place, second row of the grid for the Mercedes driver. And I believe that is it. Amsi picks up this week where he left off last week. Or at least his team. Yeah. I don't remember who won which race, but I know both McLarens are on top.
One feature, Kia one sprint.
Okay. Yeah. Bit of a mixed emotion then in the Woking garage. Abzi on first, however his teammate Kia down on the back row of the grid. So both Hasses not doing particularly well. Preme, I'm not setting a lap. Don't think he had a qualifying ban. It is Abzi who was taken pole then by 22 thousandths of a second. Very tight once again at the top here in qualifying. With Exam very late lap to put himself second on the grid ahead of PXTR, of course last week's pole sitter. Anton gets his Ferrari up onto the third row of the grid ahead of Pelder Vargas, Tomash, Brand, Kokatterson and Pim. All those guys of course have to start on the soft tyres as they made it the top 10. Not too much of a hindrance around here, but it may force a 2-stop from some of them. Outside of that top 10 then we have Adam, Lusek, the Hazard, McGamer, Gerber, Hayden Blake, Charlie Funk, Z92, Kia the last of the guys set a time, and Pro Mayhem without a time will line up in 20th. I had a very quick loading screen then, that was a bit of a shock.
It was, yeah. Usually gives us a 5-minute warning.
Yeah. Might be waiting a while on this screen, but
well, hopefully we are.
Yeah. I think was it 2 early starts last night, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So I readied up early, but I wasn't the first one to do it, so
So
Like I
something's just come up in. Sorry,
Oh.
carry on. Sorry.
Yeah, I saw the timer on the top of my screen, and I was like, okay, I might as well just press it. I'm not first.
Well,
So,
yeah. So I've just seen Absi is nearly 1.2 seconds faster than last season.
I'm glad
So
I was in
improved.
F2 last season then.
Oh wow, that's an improvement. I wish I'd found 1.2
Yeah,
seconds.
I've probably found half a second. But
I've probably lost it.
that's maximum I found half a second. And I still can't qualify, so it doesn't really mean anything.
I'm just gonna fact check that.
Yeah, so Gerber is 1.2 seconds off his personal best. As Hayden's readied up early by the look of things. And Tom readying up, I think, about 3 seconds after. Yeah, so Gerber's 1.2 off, and Absi is 1.2 faster. Don't know how Adam knows that, but okay. The fuel limit is 55 kilograms, if that's not too late, Charlie.
So pole for F2 was virtually the same. 30.5 last year for pole.
That was you, wasn't it?
In F2 last year, yeah. Didn't want to mention it.
So I remember I was second, but...
Yeah, he was.
Oh, that's a fun week. I think I won both of these races somehow.
Yeah, you did.
The rain saved me here, because I couldn't beat you in the dry. I think you pulled away. And then I just...
Absi was 1.2 seconds quicker.
Mad.
Wow.
Have we had any double winners this season? I don't think we have we, across both divisions? Don't believe there's been one.
I'm just trying to think. I don't think so.
F2, what do we have?
Oh, Pim. Didn't Pim do it?
Hazard exam. I think Pim got first, and it was the top 5. The second one, I think, but yeah. So we've had McLaren do it in Russia and Belgium, but not the same driver.
No, he didn't. Pim didn't
Spain was Pim and Pro Mayhem. Yeah, and then Kyle and Absi in Britain. So
yeah.
And yeah, no double wins in F1 either.
Nah.
We're seeing a little bit of a pattern with Raffle and Sly Guy winning everything.
Yeah, at the minute, yeah.
Got to try and stop that soon.
Yeah, hopefully.
And of course, Jay Wizzy reserving for me, getting our only win of the season. So we need the points. So cheers, Jay, if you're watching. Shame you drive the pink car now, but
Yeah.
you helped the red ones a lot. That's the amount I'm struggling this season. But oh well.
Me too.
Yeah, at least you got a top 5 finish.
Yeah, I'm still below you in the championship though.
Yeah, I looked because I keep track of all my results. I think I failed to score points 3 or 4 times,
Yeah.
but I'm usually like 10th, so I get like 1 point. The lights are
To
on
the back.
very quickly. Don't know if the lights are actually on, as I haven't got the things on the screen. And of course, we're not away. Get rid of that one. There we go. And we are away now for the start of the race. It's a good start there from Absi. He's going to lead them up the hill into turn 1. Of course, you can brake very late due to the uphillness. JD having a little look on the inside. Not quite a gap for a sneakers Williams into. And Example's on to 3rd. Anton's got up into P4 off the line, so he's gained 1. As he'll come flying through the S's now. Looks like couple trying to do it side by side. That won't usually end well, but it can be pulled off. And a 5-second time penalty for Adam already handed out for cutting a corner, probably by a centimetre and gaining a place. but the game doesn't see it that way. But a clean start from the front three then. So not quite away from themselves, I guess, as JD right up behind Absy heading down into turn 12. Using a lot of his battery, and we have a safety car, but he made that move past the safety car. So he's going to have to give that back, and he does so, I think. Right. Yes, he does.
Runs in the wall on the straight.
Did you see how?
No.
Ah. Maybe he knows how. I'm guessing contact. It's quite hard to crash normally like that. If I rewind the stream a little bit, I'll try and look up who he was next to. So he was around McGamer and him. So I'm guessing contact of one of those two. Anybody going to come into the pits at the end of this lap? It looks like somebody is. Can't quite see who. It's going to be Catterson from 8th. Pim's also going to come in, as is McGamer, the Hazard. Quite a few they're not going to come into the pits. I probably wouldn't pit on lap 1.
I think I would.
Although I would use it to do a soft medium strat. So,
Yeah.
just extend those softs just a little bit. Have a look at the tyres. Yeah, I suppose maybe some towards the back that have nothing to lose. You can see actually a lot of drivers started on mediums by the look of things. Probably should have checked prior to now. So Keir, Gerbit and Hayden all starting on the mediums. And then Catterson, McGamer, Pro Mayhem, Z92, the Hazard and Pim have all just pitted for mediums. But I think it's yet again another lap 1 safety car. Which somehow we avoid them. We should have had one yesterday, I think.
In
the feature.
Yes.
Just try to be facing the wrong way was terrifying.
Yeah.
Again, shout out to Noah if he's watching, saved my race at that point, because I couldn't see anything. I just suddenly hear like a slightly panicked voice, like try to be spun. I literally just smashed the brakes, lock up tyres, and I think I just about managed to get around him.
Impressive. Whenever you can avoid something like that through there.
Yeah. I think he collected 3 others. I think it's because I had the warning.
Yeah.
If you were blind going into that was going to be contact.
Yeah, it was tough yesterday.
It wasn't the easiest of races, was it?
No, mentally draining.
So I think I did look at the laps at some point and I was like, oh my god, that's like 8 laps to go, come on. Such a long race.
Yeah.
But a prediction, Absy for the win at the moment. From Messerschmitt. So Haas F1 driver. I've seen a couple of contacts between Charlie and Catterson further down the field. 5 legs added on to both of those.
At least they've still got a pit stop, so.
Yeah. And I'm guessing Adam's penalty was unfair. Unless he properly just straight lined in the S's. Which I doubt, but. Bear me 1 second, I'm going to try and find out what happened to Brad. So I just noticed as well, good start from Kia. Starting down in 19th, up to 10th already, of course helped by the pitters. as
He
Hayden
also
picks up a
avoided.
penalty.
He also avoided the trouble in the S's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A quick look at the safety car coming in. Is that why we're going slow?
Yeah.
Okay.
Safety cars in this lap.
So yes, Akira up 9 places, up 5 for Lusek at the moment. Adam is up 3, up 4 for Gerber. Hayden and Charlie, both Renaults, also up 4. Biggest loser at the moment is Pim. Down in 19th, has lost 9, so him and Kira have essentially just swapped. As I think we're going. Very early, so I'll have a look at things from Absy. Went a lot earlier than I personally would have. But it looks to have worked a little bit. The front two look to have just gotten away slightly. Absy has a pretty calm margin of 6 tenths now back. So second as they head up the hill once again. Someone else into the pit lane. Another 5 seconds for the Renaults as they've hit each other further down, and I think they've actually taken each other out. Both Renaults facing the wrong way at the start of the pit straight. It's not going to be too good for the Endstone organisation. As it's been given a 10 seconds, that is harsh.
Wow.
Possibly one of the worst things about this game, you're just off track the game's like, here's 10 seconds for gaining an advantage. And you're just like, I'm facing the wrong way. But oh well. That's how it goes. I'm guessing Caterson had damage, which is the reason for his pit stop. However, Cyril Abitbol is not going to be very happy when they get back to the paddock after the race. Just seen someone turned into Brad on the straight, which is how I ended up in the wall.
Well.
Yeah. Apart from the Renaults having their little dance, looks like a fairly clean restart from everybody else.
Yeah, seemed it. There was a bit of contact through the S's, but I think that's always going to happen.
Yeah.
Punching cards, because there's only really one line through there.
Pretty much, unless you're on enters and the guy behind you on softs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some say I'm speaking from experience, others say differently. There's a slight off track there from JD. I think he's going to come under pressure here from the Mercedes of Exam, but looks to just held his position in the Renault. Like he was just went a little bit wide, probably understeer more than anything else. So from the dirty air being right up behind the McLaren. That gap now back up to 6 tenths. And I think Exam's going to look at a move here. He's using pretty much a lot of his battery. However, he's losing straight line speed. So it looks like just slightly more slippery Williams as he's actually gained on Absy for the lead of the race. Going to dive out up the inside into the hairpin at turn 12. The McLaren holding around the outside for now and holds on to the lead. A little bit of a love tap there.
Yeah.
Into 13. So the front wing of the Williams survives this one. We're going to come flying around this corner here, which is very difficult in the wet, fairly easy in the dry. But judging on that last main straight, I think JD's car is a lot quicker in a straight line than the rest of them.
Yeah.
He turned defence into offence. Looked like effortlessly. Yeah. That's the word. So through the S once again, the top 3 have completely broken away. Anton now 2 seconds back, also under pressure from PXTR in the Red Bull, who looked to be on for a strong week last week, but only salvaged, I think, 1 podium from it at the end of the evening. They come down towards the back straight once again. They're still going to be lapping Hayden fairly quickly, of course, double stack behind his teammate after they came together. both of their races pretty much over, but currently starting 1-2 in the sprint race, if all finishes as it is. But I highly doubt that, as once again JD pulls out to the inside coming down into turn 12. I was like in the background as well, Anton and PXT are having a little battle, but we'll stay with the leaders for now.
PXTR's through, around the outside.
Looks like they'll be absolutely struggling for pace a little bit right now. Well, that is just straight up the lower wings on JD's car. Really helping him out down the straights. However, picks up a time penalty. I think he ran a little bit wide at turn 19. And now Exam's going to look at a move on that McLaren as they head up the hill once again. So that battle's going to stay as it is, at least for now. They lost another second, however, back to 4th. So a little bit of a battle wouldn't have really helped them. But it looks like Anton may be struggling a little bit at the moment. Not sure if he is damaged, don't believe he would. As PXTR tries to pull away a little bit, Anton's going to come under pressure now from Lusek behind him in the Alpha Tauri. You did tell me earlier on, apparently he felt confident here, he felt quite nice and quick. So we'll see what we can do for the remainder of the race. Anton forced to go defensive then down into turn 12, the Alpha Tauri on the outside. Looks to be a fairly good move. A little lock up from the Ferrari, however the Alpha goes all the way around the outside. And then we'll have the inside for the next corner. And Anton looks to have held it, however he's pushed the Alpha off into the wall. And I believe he's still in the race, but that is definitely a pit stop needed. And we have a second safety car here in the US. Leaders pitting as well by the look of things.
I wonder what tyres they're thinking.
Let's have a look. It looks like hards on one of them, hards for the Williams. And Exam's gone for mediums. So 2 stops for Exam, but should be quicker at the restart. However, McGame decides not to pit. He wants to lead this race. I think for Mayhem as well, this driver's probably going to try a 1-stop now, I would assume, going soft, medium soft. Of course, 2 safety cars, medium soft should be easy. I've won a race here doing that. Safety car lap 1, safety car lap 12, pitted lap 12, won the race, easy as that. However, we'll have to try and see how quickly those guys pitted for the hards can get those tyres up to temperature. Anton's pitted for soft tyres, so confirming a 2-stop for him. Red Bull as well of PXTR going for the mediums. Looks like most of the others towards the lower end of the field gone for hards. And I guess this also stopped Hayden getting lapped, so win for him. Chance of points is still there. Once you get lapped in this game, your race is over.
Yeah, done, yeah.
He's going to survive that. Both Renaults opting to stay out at the moment, despite pitting for soft a couple of laps ago at the last restart.
Surprised the Renaults haven't pitted though. On something different.
Yeah, I'm not. Again, I guess it's either hards or nothing, isn't it, for them?
Yeah, I thought one might have gone for it there.
So out of who we got left, anyone on hards is going to the end, I believe, aren't they?
Yeah, easily, yeah.
Anybody on mediums have to stop again.
Yeah, it'd be.
Yeah.
It'd be hard.
They'd be extremely slow at the end if they didn't.
Yeah.
And Anton and the 2 Renaults definitely have to stop because soft will make it to lap 20 at best. Maybe go a little bit further, but they shouldn't. They're not doing 20 laps on them.
Nah. I couldn't get 20 laps out of this.
As Z92 comes into the pit lane. As well as one of the Renaults. So I think that's possibly... I know Charlie's watching the stream. We may have just given him a winning strategy. And it is going to be hard tyres going on to the Renault. However, Z92 was pitted for the soft tyres.
Right. Okay. Now he served a drive through. You got a drive through for speeding on the safety car.
You can't serve that under safety car though.
He's just tried to.
Unless he has. Or at least he tried to do it. Yeah, he still has a drive through. Maybe the rules catch him out a little bit there.
I can just check.
Now lost track position and still has the drive through.
No, he's gone soft, medium, medium, soft. So far.
It's a strat, I guess. I think where it was.
I presume he went to service drive through.
Yeah.
The only explanation I can think of.
I don't think where it was. It was recently, I think over the weekend, I did a race. My strategy was hard, medium, hard. And they got me 6th.
Wow.
Just because of when safety cars came out. I just... hard, medium, hard, and I got points because I'm just that good, I guess. And a lot of other people crashed, but we didn't talk about those guys. So once to watch at this restart here, Anton I think keep his front wing out of people's diffusers. Should be very quick on those soft tyres. A lot of drivers going to the end, a lot of drivers have one stop to go, some for medium, some for softs. Depending what they all do. The game has left it a lot later than Absy did last time around as he comes around the final corner then. Throttle goes all the way down and they are off racing. And here's a little bit of a gap back to JD. Head up the hill, not quite as big as Pro Mayhem, possibly looking for a move that we can't see because camera angles. He is on the inside as they head through the hairpin of turn 1, still can't see much. Have a Pro Mayhem up into second, good restart there from the Hash driver. As the leader picks up a time penalty there.
Important move for Pro Mayhem, that is.
Yep, get past the guys on hards. Pim will be next. He's got to get past Absy first though. We've also seen how quick Exam has been in this race as he goes to the inside of Pim now in turn 11. Good move there, pretty much. If you can get, I think if you just send it in turn 11, there's not much anybody else can do. And we've had 2 more cars collide. One of the Renaults once again, Hayden this time, and Lucette coming together at turn 11 as Anton has a little look up the inside of Pim into turn 12. Not quite a gap there for the Ferrari to squeeze through. We're seeing more and more penalties sum up again. He's sent it once again up the inside of 16. And now he's going to try and go all the way around the outside. Can he pull it off? No, he backs out. I think it's better, but he's got the switch back. And we now have the outside for turn 19, but the Williams holds on, cuts the corner to get up past him. Might have to give that one back, but doesn't look like he's going to at the moment. We'll hold on now to P6 as someone's front wing goes flying. I'm not sure whose that was. So Anton up 2 places, I believe, on that lap. So pretty much he's got the restart he needed as well. Gets up past the guys that are on different tyres. Looks like Lucek survived the incident with Hayden down at turn 11. As Anton goes purple through the first sector, those soft tyres are going to give him so much more grip than anybody else as he heads down the hill now. Moves further back. Looks like PXTR's lost a couple of places, possibly a bad run through turn 9, drop back lost 4 places now and counting.
Thomas put it up the inside and put him offline. Never recovered. Lost all of them.
It's going to the leaders getting a little bit close up the front. I'm looking to continue to push at the moment. We'll be able to do a one-stop medium to soft. And if he can get past McGamer, if he's holding him up. Not too sure at the moment. The gap looks to be fairly steady. They runs a little bit wide. As they come now through. Is it a triple or is it a double right-hander?
I think it's classed as a triple.
Triple, okay.
Yeah, because it... No, I think it's a double. That's been straightens out a bit.
Double, okay. The Red Bull then coming into the pits as PXTR. And was it Z92 who had the drive-through?
Yeah.
Okay, he'll have to pit this lap, won't he?
Yeah.
Otherwise he'll get disqualified. However, Anton looking very racy once again. Didn't make any places that lap. Very nearly loses the car twice there through turns 8 and 9. Going to hamper his run now onto the back of that Mercedes down the back straight. We're back up towards the front, and I believe DRS is now enabled. So Pro Mem's going to get very close to that Red Bull now down towards turn 12. Red Bull, not much battery to play with. The Haas goes to the outside. Can he outbrake him around the outside? He's going to try it. Not quite enough space there, and now we have, that's pretty much put Anton right on the back of this train again. These top two having a little bit of a battle. And the Haas sends it up the inside once again. But the Red Bull manages to hold it all the way around the outside. Quite difficult to do that. If you have the inside for this long right, you pretty much guarantee to keep the position. And across the line they go, top 7 altogether. As it currently stands, we're going to be very close. Looks like a very late defensive move from McGamer then into turn 1. In fact, that's put Premier off a little bit. JD's now going to have a little bit of a look on the Haas, but can't quite find a gap yet behind him. Obviously dropping back a little bit, so we're still watching the top 2 from the perspective of 3rd. As Anton's gone past Exam there, JD is a little bit of a look up the inside of turn 8, but nothing going yet, as Pro Mayhem picks up a little bit of penalty. He's a little bit defensive into turn 11 as the Williams sends it up the inside on those harder tyres. This is not a Pro Mayhem once right now, as they're side by side coming down the back straight. Both with DRS of course, but Pro Mayhem with the better grip gets a better exit. This battle here for second is pretty much saving McGamer at the moment. Also those two fighting, they're not quite able to make a move for the lead. And the more they fight, I think the more Anton's going to be rubbing his hands there. As he's up the inside of Abzi now into turn 16. However, the McLaren able to just hold it around the outside. But as we saw a week ago, that McLaren up there without penalties is going to be very strong come the end of the race, as we now pretty much halfway through the race at the end of this lap. And Anton goes for a big send into turn 1. Looks like he's managed to clear the McLaren, but no, Abzi holds it around the outside. And we'll hold on to P4 for now, of course. Anton here, the only one on the soft tyres. However, he's not the only one that's making a pit stop. The two leaders have to do that as well, but they will be on soft tyres later on. Get back up to the top 2. No battles between Pro Mayhem and JD this time around. And now the Haas can focus on that leading Red Bull of McGamer. Despite the very low battery level, he's going to look to the inside now, down into turn 12. And he looks to pull it off there. Any switch back from the Red Bull? No, does not look like it. It's now the lead. A lead change now.
Nice to see. It's been a while.
Yeah, that game had led since the restart, so Mayhem slowly trying to get up onto the back of him and now will try to pull away. As Anton's still struggling a little bit to get past Abs, he's even dropped back a little bit now. Out of DRS as well, runs wide, he's broken his front wing somewhere.
Yeah.
Possibly hitting the back of Amsey then, I would guess.
Yeah. Yeah, too much grip on them guys.
That was a first world issue, that, isn't it? Having too much grip.
It is. It can be. It can be your worst enemy.
It's got a couple corners on the calendar where you're like, oh, it's fine, I'll turn in now and understeer, and you just cut the corner.
Yeah. Understeer one lap, take it sweep the next.
Yeah. There's like a big tank slapper from Gamer then over the top of the hill. It looks to be completely off the racing line. As they accelerate onto the back straight once again. JD going to be looking now to try and take that second place away. Don't think he's quite close enough this time around. And all stays as it is. Absy now about that pressure from the Ferrari will hopefully be looking to make some sort of a move higher up. So I believe now side by side goes the battle for second. Nothing coming of it just yet. However, JD looking very racy, wanting to return back to P1, where I believe he was earlier on in the race. I think that's McGamer's third time penalty now that's come in, so not the cleanest of races, but in this track I think a lot of drivers expect penalties. However, some drivers still without it. As come cars into the pit lane, I believe that is Pim. And Catterson is the other one coming in.
Yep.
So nothing else.
Start on the softs. Catterson.
Got a spin, I think that's Hayden. Down in P19, lost the car in the technical part of Sector 3. Yeah, something I've just realised, Pro Mayhem started this race in 19th.
Yeah.
Now over halfway, he's leading the race.
I don't want to jinx it.
Of course, he does still have to make a pit stop, and will drop very far down by a look at the current gaps. But we'll be on those soft tyres. At the moment, it looks like Absy's going to be taking another win.
At the moment, yeah.
JD, with JD, of course, also going to the end, but that penalty is going to cost him, especially if he can't break free. As he just made a mistake, round he goes in that Williams into the wall. Don't know if he actually hit the wall, but he got on the inside of McGamer. So there's one driver that's been jinxed out of the way, and Pro Mayhem gets a 5-second time penalty for speeding into the pit lane.
Your fault.
Sorry, Jake. I just shouldn't talk, should I? I'll just leave visuals for the rest of the stream. Yellow flags in Sector 3. It looks like Gaddison had a little bit of an unclean moment. Pro Mayhem drops down to 13th. And that 5-second is not going to be helping him at all at the end of the race.
Nah. And he's gone on to mediums.
Okay. I mean, he'll definitely get to the end now.
Yeah, but he's going to have to stop again. He's done.
Oh, yeah.
Let me just double check that.
Possibly a bit of a mistake there, but...
No, he's done soft, medium, medium.
Okay, so he put it under the first safety car then.
Under the safety car, yeah.
It's clearly not keeping clean. I can't remember what I was going to say then, but being safe, I guess. Mediums will definitely make it to the end. Softs will be tight with 11 laps. However, at some point over this last lap, Abzi has made a move for the lead. And is now pulling away. He was going to pretty much win the race on pens as it stood. As Magema comes into the pit lane. So who are the top three? Tomash now up into third in the Racing Point. Followed by Pelderargus, Adam and JD now unfortunately down in 6th place. I believe Exam and Tomash have to stop again.
No, well, yeah, we think so.
Yeah. We'll have to do almost 20 laps on mediums, which might be doable. But we'll be tight.
Yeah, I mean, you're risking a puncture, but if they pit, it's going to be very hard to recover points. So.
Yeah, well, Promayan was leading, dropped to 13th. They weren't leading, so they'll be lower than 13th. Probably, I reckon they'll come out around, I guess, Anton or PXTR, that sort of region. We have a nice little train of 4 here, down into turn 12. Of Tomash leading the way there in the Racing Point. Closely followed by Podaragus, Adam and JD. So we're guessing JD didn't get damaged then when he spun. Looks clean on his front wing.
He's not driving like it, yeah. Can't see any.
But I think he had a little move on Adam at some point. Or Adam made a move on him. So they've dropped back from that 3rd place battle. And looks too far back to make a move now up the hill into turn 1. As Hayden, I believe, has just been lapped by the top 2. His teammate Charlie has recovered up into 7th. After a fairly messy, I guess, opening start to the race. Of course, coming together with his teammate at the end of the first safety car. Good recovery from him. Gamer pitted for softs recently. He'll be very quick. Also, McGamer's jumped Pro Mayhem in the pit stops.
Yeah.
Come out.
Found a mistake somewhere.
Any change of positions this time around down into turn 12. Looks like JD wants to, but it's too far back this time around. So we'll have to sit back behind them. Lusek looks very close to the back of Gerber. Massively darts to the inside. And we'll have the inside line. There the Haas saw the gap on the outside was closing, so wisely backs out of it. Good looks to push the opponent through the next corner. As McGamer sent it up the inside.
Wow.
He's just sent it on 2 of them, isn't he?
Yeah, I was watching that, but I don't think he meant it.
What a move. No contact either.
There was a little bit, but not much.
Okay then.
From what I've seen. Just looked like they come together a bit.
Tomash comes into the pit lane. Hayden retires from the race.
Thomas is getting a new wing.
Lusek, despite running 9th right now, is running low on fuel. So won't be able to run at the fastest for the remaining 8 laps. Tomash has rejoined down in 15th place, albeit on soft tyres. You need a very good final stint, also ahead of Pro Mayhem.
Yeah. Race has got away from him a bit.
Yeah.
Perhaps he's kind of just driving off now.
Yeah, it's extending that gap, of course. If the exam is going to go to the end, he's going to be very slow.
Yeah.
And let's see, he has now a 6-second gap back to Spatter on your screen. Pelderargus trying to hold off the second Mercedes of Adam, as well as JD, who of course was up in that leading battle. Pedroga's doing a very good defensive job there as he came into the third sector. He's going to come under more pressure here now from Exam. Oh no, sorry, Adam, it's the other Mercedes. As he head up into turn 1, nothing changing just yet. JD still right behind them. Gamer now up into P7. As Pim's back in the pits for something. Back up to this battle for the final step on the podium, which I believe will be second come the end of it. However, they are. Exam is still pulling away from this battle here. Pulled a second over the last lap. A little bit of a gearbox glitch for him, so we'll look backwards from Pedrogas. That's down to turn 12. Took a fairly tactical move then from Adam up the inside. Not much the Alfa Romeo could do to make it a Mercedes 2-3 as it currently stands. However, Exam has gained a little bit on that leading McLaren of Babsy over this last lap. Pulled 2 tenths back as one of the Alpha Tauris have spun. I think that was the Hazard. Also seen Cutterton has retired from the race. I completely missed that. Going to assume that was in the pit lane last lap then.
There's only two drivers without penalties at the minute. Absi and Pedrogas.
Those two looking very strong. Exam now within a second of Absi.
Yeah.
I think he's just trying to push and he get the last out of his mediums.
Then
unless he isn't taken to the end. There's not much time left now, only 6 laps at the end of this one.
I think the plan is to just get into his DRS, I think.
Which I don't think he has. Oh no, he has just about got it.
Nope.
So now it's Adam having to go a little bit defensive, a little bit of weaving. To head down the straight, has Pedrogas having 0 battery then to fight with. JD just sitting contently behind at the moment. As McGamer is actually catching quite quickly behind them. So I guess that double lunge into this corner here worked, even though it wasn't planned. Yeah, the Red Bull gaining very quickly at the moment on this P3 battle.
He has 12 seconds of penalties though.
Okay, that's not going to help him too much, but I guess every second he gains now though on those soft tyres will give him a couple places. But actually just seen further down there is a massive train. You're focusing on this train up here. Look back to P8. You can see 5 cars all in this shot as the 6th one disappears in. Actually, as I switch off, JD's actually made a move in the S's onto Pedrogas. Not sure if Feldy made a mistake there, or if JD pretty much just saw a gap and went for it as I did to you last season. However, these guys have dropped in further 3 seconds back from the leading duo. As Peldy seems to drop off the back of these two here, now fighting for 3rd. Of course, as it stands, I believe the Alpha will be back ahead of them. Just needs 5 more laps of no penalties, which can be difficult to do. Look a little further down the field, side by side, Anton and Kia. Looks like the Ferraris come out on top of that little battle. As another battle for the lead finally getting interesting. Now half a second separates Abzi from Exam. And I have a little bit of a feeling Exam saved his tyres here. Possibly the reason possibly the reason he dropped back like almost 2 seconds or 3 seconds.
Yeah.
He's not using the grip he has. 3 tenths now behind the leader, but he does have, is it 3 second penalty? Yes, it is. So he needs to find 3.5 seconds on the car directly in front of him. Can he make the move here? Now down into turn 12, you can see nobody behind them. They have 10 seconds further back to P3. As they had a bit of a change for the final podium step here. Williams on the inside, brakes a little bit later. And moves back up onto the podium places. However, there's McGahey. You can just about see him now 2 seconds behind 5th. So I believe Anton's made another position there somewhere. He's got up into P10 now, ahead of the racing point of Tomasz. As it's the second Red Bull of PXTR now. Trying to make a move on Lusek. And Anton gives Tomasz the big old squeeze. But gets past him up the inside. Now up into P10 for the Ferrari. Seeing a lot of late penalties coming in now, but it's still just the same two without a penalty. As JD looks to be pulling away there in P3. It's like turn 1 as a pile up. Not sure what's happening here. A lot of cars not moving, and we have a very late safety car here in the United States. And Kia's lost his front wing. Looks... not sure who spun initially. The Haas of Gerber also with damage, as does Tomasz in the Racing Point. The Hazard as well in the AlphaTauri with damage. Is Pim okay? He is. I think he was too far back from that little squabble. Per Mayhem now with I think 1 million penalties. He's just been racking them up recently. 12 seconds for the Haas. 15 for Z92 and Charlie at the moment. But will we see any pit stops now? Leading duo do not decide otherwise. Exam into the pit lane.
So could Exam get in and out?
Not if he puts the pit limiter on as early as he did. He lost a good couple of seconds there. JD stays out, so we'll take P2 back. I think Exam will come out in 6th. I think he's going to beat Charlie in safety car line 2. Go on board with the Renault. Where is that Mercedes? There he is. So it's going to be P6 for Exam at the moment. With brand new soft tyres on his wagon.
Going to be quick.
As Tomasz has retired so late in the race. No, his entire wing got broken and whatever happened at turn 1. Whatever happened, Anton survived it. And I think Kia got damaged but looks to opt to stay out. Yeah, no end plates at all for Kia. It's going to be a very difficult last lap or 2 depending when we go. Is PXTR's wing okay? Yes it is. And Gerber with no end plates as well. It's going to continue in P12. The Hazard as well opting to stay out. Safety car's going to be in this lap. So we get another very famous 2-lap sprint at the end. Where the fastest driver here is starting in 6th place. Or at least should be the fastest on those tyres. Leading 4 have all been on those hard tyres for 17 laps. Of course, McGamer pitting on lap 16 to put on soft tyres. So a little bit worn, but the safety car should help him get those tyres to the end. Now we wait. JD very, very nervous now to get going. And they've got a little bit of contact from the Williams. He got a very good restart, but his restart was almost too good. And he's going to be tucked right under the rear of that McLaren now as they head up into turn 1. Looks like he survived damage, but it is Abzi who leads them into the first corner. JD again tries to switch back, but is not, or his fat is too close to get around him. Exam up into P4 already. If I was Adam there, I'd be letting him through, give him as much time as he can to catch the leaders, and in fact they have swapped around. That Mercedes is going to be very quick and is within 1.3 seconds of the leader as they head down into turn 11. So we had one the spinner, 2 cars caught up. Anton and Charlie, the Renault, is out of the race. Anton continues, but I'm guessing damaged. As now side by side goes Exam, trying to take P2. And he's going to have a lot more grip, be able to brake on the inside. Jay's going to try and hang it around the outside, no space for him there. Now Exam has the lap and a third of his life here if he wants to win this race. He's got to catch that McLaren, pass him, and then pull 3 seconds in order to take that win. See, he's used all of his battery as well as we head now through the final corner. Choose across the line, then we got overtakers back on purple sector 3 as well for the Mercedes as they head up into turn 1. This race looks to be Abzi's at the moment. Peldragos as well on for a very good result. I think P3 at the moment for Peldragos.
Yeah.
You can see the Mercedes having so much more grip than that McLaren, almost pushing him through the S's. Very good not to hit him there. Can be a little bit tempting, just to give him a little bit of a tap, take him out. He's going to have a little look. He's actually gone for it and then up the inside of turn 11. Abzi saw him coming, gave him space.
Yeah.
But now Exam needs the final sector here. So the McLaren getting down the straight he is. That will not be helping Exam's chances of winning this race. So now wait to see, can he pull 2.5 seconds here? It's going to need a miracle. We can see 2 drivers out of penalty right now. A lot of 3 seconds for some 6 seconds as well, going up to 15 for a couple of drivers. However, as the leaders get to the final corner, barring any mistake here from Abzi, it's going to be a 2 wins from 2 weeks for that McLaren. Peldragos is going to jump up into P3, Exam keeping second. The second Mercedes of Adam getting 4th. JD, after what looked like quite a good race, ending up in 5th. McGamer only managing 7th, despite that what was a late charge, but that late safety car would have killed any good chances for him. Second McLaren then getting P8 at the end of that. So what looked pretty dire after qualifying, with Kia down towards the back. He managed to salvage a good couple of points there. Overall, another race that's not failed to disappoint. So,
Always entertaining with these guys.
yep. But a couple of safety cars as well, pretty much ruining some chances of good results for some people.
Yeah, penalties then came really into effect.
Yep. See the penalty there. I believe that's 2 out of 2 feature race wins. So a very quick look because my memory is terrible. Yes, it is. He won last week in Belgium, which is now his 5th win of this season, I think. 4th win.
Not sure.
1, 2, yeah, 4th win of the season. So a very good drive from McLaren. First to first. Guess if you qualify at the front, you kind of want to finish there, and that's exactly what he's done there. With Exam finishing in second, of course, one on track. But penalties at the end did cost him. Pelderaga's getting P3. There are no penalties for him in the Alfa Romeo. Promotes him onto the podium. Another strong result there for the Alfa. Going to be the second Mercedes of Adam then in P4 ahead of JD, who gets P5 for the lead Williams driver. The Hazard then as a reserve gets P6 and Alpha Tauri ahead of McGamer, Kia Lusek with PXTR then in that second Red Bull getting P10 and the last point. Out of the points then, but still finishing the race, we had Gerber, who of course is now a permanent Haas driver, I believe. Pimden in P12, not the best of nights for him so far, but of course has another race to redeem himself. Mayhem in 13th then, ahead of Z92 and Anton, who was the last of the finishers. And they're classified for getting as far as they did, but Charlie and Thomas ended up crashing out of that race, with Catterson, Hayden and Brad also not making it to the checkered flag. And as we get ready for the sprint, can McLaren make it 4 from 4? Maybe a bit of a tight ask. I don't believe Kia will be starting too high up, as he finished 9th, I think.
Yeah.
So again, pretty much starting in the mid-pack. Of course, he'll have 14 laps to see what he can do. And there's always a chance of rain to come and spice things up. Sprint settings. Yeah, still not heard anything from Ben, so I hope he's okay. And all is good. But okay. Try and get the invites out. And invite the reserves in the second batch. Apologies for the background noise, you can just hear my PlayStation up completely blowing up. I'll try and get these invites out. Nice and quickly. I might have to work out the reverse grid myself, which could be fun. Oops, 2 rounds each. Yeah, sprint fuel is 27.5 kilograms. Cool. I'll add James's invites into this batch as well. Cool, that should be 3 rounds each. Send him a spare one. Well, he only gets 1 spare invite, he's not special enough. So... Right, grid editor. I think I have to work this out myself. Yeah, do not forget setup. I did it last night, so I essentially gave up. But if I can find wherever the grid was on the stream. Well, that's back to like lab 28. That's far too late. Not 28, 20. So, is the chat still where it is? It is. Cool.
Okay.
I think I have to try and work out the reverse grid.
Okay, well there, I've got the...
Yeah, I've got the results.
Have you got it?
Yeah, well, I can look back in the stream.
Sure.
Yeah, it's another good thing about streaming on YouTube compared to Twitch, is you can look back whilst you're still alive.
Right. There you go. So I've recorded it.
Anton finished, didn't he? Did Anton finish checkered flag?
I can... Let me check my recording.
Okay, okay.
I'll try and...
I'm going to try and get the other sorted. So that's him on pole.
Not that we don't trust you, Anton, but we're going to look.
I know he got taken out near the end. I can't remember if he... Oh, he did finish, but last. Are you just saying that so you get pole?
How convenient. How convenient for you, Anton. No, he did finish.
He did? Okay, cool. Can anyone watching, if you can get back into the lobby as quickly as possible, it will help me out a lot. Or if you could go to spectate, it help me out as well.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. Just gets rid of one more name. Promoting him, it's going to be Pim. Good. Now, with the guys that didn't finish, are they in the same order?
Same order as...
So if you retired first, so if you finish 20th, you'll be 20th?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
I believe. That's what makes sense to me.
Okay, so... Charlie, Thomas, Catterson... And we're still waiting on Hayden and Brad.
What time do you want the sprint to be, mate? Should we say...
it's normally 15 minutes, so go for 22, I guess?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. We get that grid saved.
Is everyone in, yeah?
Waiting on 3 drivers at the moment. And it's Lusek, Brad, and Hayden. No, Brad's there. Yeah, it's just Lusek and Hayden now.
Very cold tonight.
It's been cold all day, hasn't it? I looked at my phone a lot during the day and it's like -1 and I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
You see, we don't get snow in the southwest, so...
we haven't had snow today.
I think we're due snow Thursday morning, and I have to walk to work at 5:30. That's going to be fun.
It's a good job you're a wet specialist.
Yeah. Looks like it is between Kia and PXT. So there. Oh, no, it's just Hayden. Guessing he's coming back for the sprint.
Well, he's got 6 minutes. What was his name?
It's H Blake on Discord.
Blake.
Yeah.
Has he left the server? Because I can't find him.
I don't think so. Oh, he's not on the list, is he?
Yeah, no, he's left the server.
Ah. Okay.
So, I'm going to ask.
So in reserves.
Yeah, I'm going to ask. See if
Okay.
anyone's there.
Cool. I think Ash is
How
looking
many
to
do we
race.
need?
Just
Yeah,
one.
how many do we need? Just
One.
First one to answer gets in.
Yep. What's ASSP?
Yeah, I'm changing it as we speak.
Might be worth tagging F2 reserves. Yeah, whoever replies first.
Okay, so
If not, we'll go with 19.
yeah, well,
If any of them are online. Oh yeah, some are. There's 4 of them active right now, so...
let's hope they're reading.
Get my stream back up to live. Oh. Doesn't like anyone wants to race.
No. You're going to put the announcement in, yeah?
What's already up?
When we're ready to ready up.
Yeah. Anton, why wouldn't you love League Racing? Especially on such a flawless game as this is. Second stress. Yeah, it's not.
Maybe you haven't got a high blood pressure because this isn't for you.
Yeah. You should play it in VR, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
I don't know if this game supports VR, but I doubt it.
Yeah, I doubt it. It just about supports my controller.
Maybe if the game worked, it would be better, but...
Yeah. Yeah, we've got one.
Oh.
I'll invite him. It's on my friends list.
Who have we got? Oh,
Liam.
Liam, nice.
On here somewhere.
Do you need to invite him?
Oh, he's offline as well. There we go. Got him.
Cool. And he'll be starting last, won't he?
Yes.
Cool. Look at that, you answered him before he could ask the question.
Look at that. I'm so sufficient.
No, Mac VR F1 would not be good. That would... Right, we'll just wait till Liam gets in, then we'll get going. Yeah, I don't think this game quite has the graphics and all that to be good in VR.
No.
I think the motion blur would probably make you throw up before you get to turn 1. I should say that I have my motion blur on the max settings, so...
Okay. I have mine on default.
Yeah.
I have actually everything on default.
Oh, so boring. Right, make sure Liam is at the back. Yes, he... No, apparently I'm still ahead of him. Get rid of that. Cool. Right then. Keep going to right at div whatever, 'cause that's what we use in my league, but... It's div 1 and div 2, whereas this is F1 and FG, because they're not original like us in GFC.
Never heard of it.
Well, you don't really show up half the time anyway.
I'm tired after doing this one.
2 days off not enough for you?
No.
Okay.
No, it's not.
So you had the stress of F2 cars tomorrow, so...
Yeah, I don't mind them to be honest. It's fun, isn't it?
Well, currently I've been disqualified, DNF, last, DNF, so...
Yeah, your record in that is like mine in here.
Yeah. Because I enjoy driving them, I just keep getting taken out by people. I get caught behind so many racing incidents, it's just frustrating.
Yeah.
Oh, apparently the Lord and Saviour, Lord Ragalium? I'm guessing that's how you would say that.
Lord.
Who needs Ranganathan? Who needs Ranganathan or is it Nareen Kartnakayan, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
The cucumber. Who needs those guys? when you have Lord Ragalium.
Oh dear. I don't think we're going to get rain, mate.
Doesn't look like it, does it?
If we get rain in this, it'll be pretty
it
extraordinary.
was like this at the start of last week's sprint race. The skies were
Was
like,
it?
yeah, the skies were like blue at the start, and then by the end of the formation lap, there was a little bit of cloud,
It can turn quick, I suppose. Yeah,
and
it
then
does
the
turn
rain
quick.
was like, "Hello, I'm here now." So where's Anton's name on the thing? There it is.
Confirmed, no rain.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah.
Why is it always us that gets the bad conditions?
No, we had rain here last year in F2 as well.
Yeah, that's how I won.
For the feature, didn't we?
Yeah, it's the only reason I won. Because it
Yeah.
rained. And well,
Yeah.
and you spun, that helped. But
Yes. Okay. You mean when I went straight into the side here?
yeah.
Dry all the way, so.
Okay. Should be a nice fast-paced race then.
Yeah. Penalties again. Someone could
Yeah.
win from anywhere here
Yes.
with the penalties.
So we can't see the grid because I haven't got it written down this time. I'm hoping the grid's right.
We tried.
If it's not, Ben will watch this tomorrow and be like, "You absolute idiot! What have you done?" But
No one's readied up early. Well
Hey.
done, everyone.
better than us. I don't remember who it was now, but oh well.
Yeah, it happened. I think we've only had it once where it didn't happen.
Yeah. So I did ready up early yesterday, but I wasn't the first to do it, so it's fine.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't take time off, does it?
Yeah. And for all I know, it's just a very quick minute and a half. So
You're just very efficient in what you do, mate. That's all.
yeah. Get the right things on the screen. That one. That one. That one. Cool. Only 4 cars going to be starting on the medium tyres. We've got McGamer, Poderagas, Exam, and Abzi. So the top 3 from the last race, as well as the 7th place finisher. Then I'm prediction for a win. I reckon Pro Mayhem gonna be strong here.
Do ya?
He was quick here last
He
season
was. Yeah.
until I showed up.
Oh, oh my god.
He would have won. He would have.
Pop this ego.
Yeah, just get like Netsky in here. Just
yeah, exactly.
just any F1 driver at the moment. So
Yeah. They're very quick.
yeah, well,
I'm gonna go for.
Okay.
Trying to think of penalties.
Actually, can I change my
I think
answer?
Anton. I think Anton.
I reckon Lord Riker Liam's got this
Liam from. Yeah.
from the back
I'd like
of the
to see
grid.
it. Yeah.
They don't call him the Lord for a reason, or for no reason, I guess. Yeah, this Anton is quite strong. He was looking decent last time. I'll say last like half an hour ago.
Yeah. He had pace though. He always has decent pace everywhere, Anton.
Yeah. Yeah, and Pim in 4th's going to be quick.
Yeah. That's why it's very hard to choose in this one because it's a very mixed up grid.
Yeah.
It's a really mixed up grid, so it should be really interesting.
Oh, as we're watching the leaders, they've been teleported to the grid. I'll go back to Pro Mayhem then, as he's still driving. I got really confused and suddenly I just got teleported to the grid. I was like, what?
Oh dear.
We actually can't look at the leaders yet, so...
I think your prediction could be right here with Pro Mayhem. If
Hmm.
haven't got a bit of cold tyres.
Wouldn't have affected it much though, would it? It's what, 2 corners?
Yeah, that could be minus 200 though.
They could be, yeah.
I'll get to the back.
So the lights are on and we just don't. I think the problem is if you host the lobby and you
I've got it as well.
and you spectate,
Yeah.
who it's like anyway, we're off the grid, and Anton is getting completely swamped into Tarmon, almost 5 wide as they head up the hill, but the Ferrari somehow holds on. And go a little bit deep, a little bit of push as well from the AlphaTauri behind him, but it's going to be Pim who leads them from 4th on the grid. Going to take them through the S's. Lusek as well, a very good start. Started down in, I think, 8th or something. Up into 3rd now with PXTR up into 4th.
JD's up 6th.
Unless, actually, we may have a... No, there's no timing glitch, is there? No.
No.
So yeah, legit a good start. I got confused. I couldn't see Anton for a second and I remembered that he was still 2nd. So...
Liam's up to 16th. 15th.
See, Lord Ragalium's coming through. And Pro Mayhem.
Oh.
Okay. Well, I think I should just never make predictions again. Sorry, Jake. That's twice tonight now. I've done that to you. JD moves up into P4. A little bit of redemption from last race.
Absy's down to 18th.
Okay, so he's lost a couple of places there. Brad's gained some. Started 19th, up to 15th now.
Yeah. Thomas as well is up 5. Audi up 4. There's been some real big gainers and one really bad loser in Pro Mayhem. Liam is looking really quick. Oh, there's some wing off somebody.
First 2 cars into the pit lane, Z92, or 3 cars in fact. Exam and Adam, both the Mercedes into the pit, just going to cost Adam a lot of time. However, Exam's pitted onto soft tyres, that will be an ass to take those to the end. As the first penalty has been issued now to Charlie down in 16th. Head down the hill, Anton looks to have found the speed now, is right up behind the back of him. As they get onto the back straight as well. Behind them, JD trying to get onto the back of Lusek. As Anton's going to go for a move here. Pim goes defensive on the way down to turn 12. Somebody spun towards the back, one of the Renaults. It's Lord Ragalium.
Oh no.
That has been spun. And Anton's going to try and make a move now for the lead at the inside of 13. And it looks like he's done it. He's going to have to try and cover the inside here. Can't quite get across. We'll try a switch back. That comes to nothing in the end. So Pim still leads the way then. JD has gotten past Lusek then. Up into 2nd. So Williams looking like they're going to turn a pretty weak feature into a very strong sprint.
Already a penalty.
There's now 2 cars as JD sets the fast lap of the race then as they come on to lap 3. And he's a look up the inside, careful not to hit his teammate. Luckily his teammate was far enough ahead. Anton's going to try a switch back there. It comes to nothing. JD up into 2nd. Williams lead the way 1-2. Over down Catterson's into the pit lane. That's Lusek running wide around turn 5-6-ish. Puts PXTR up into P4.
Problem is with the Williams is they're both on the same tyre.
Yes, that could be an issue.
I always try and make sure I'm on the opposite in a sprint.
Now what do the Williams drivers do here? Does Pim have the pace to hold out? Or are we going to see team
on
orders?
The season, I would say yeah. But I think Pim's got a lot more ERS, a lot more over double.
Yeah, JD would have had to use a lot to get through the field, but he's done it. He can save a little bit now.
Yeah, maybe save and then attack on the mediums later.
Yeah. Side by side through the double left hand and right hander now. Probably should know my left and rights by now. Lusek and Gerber then pretty much just about surviving that. They got very close on a couple of occasions. So back up to the front. JD is going to make a move for the lead here. Now, I believe Pim's let him through. Didn't look like there was too much of a defence from what was the leading car. Let's see what JD can do now. Starting, where was it on the grid? Started 11th on the grid. And is now leading on lap 4. He's at a very good start. Of course, his teammate jumped everybody into turn 1. Started down in 4th, was leading by turn 2. And led until turn 1 this time around. Anton's going to have a little look now, not quite close enough into 12. Closely followed by the Red Bull of PXTR. Behind them, however, Lucette Goodbit and the Hazard all together. As they head through the technical area of the track. Goodbit running very wide there on the exit of 16. Holds on to P6 for now. Penalties for both of them, of course. So Brad at the moment, pretty good race from him so far. Of course, made it 11 corners in the feature race. Is now running P10. He's up 9 at the moment, obviously looking to get a little bit more out of his car right now as he's trying to put pressure onto Pelder Ragas, of course one of the drivers that started on the medium tyres. So it's going to be a little bit slower at the moment, but will be faster at the end of the race.
We've got an Alpha fan in Eckland from F1.
Not really happy to see that one. Brad and Pelder Ragas side by side through turn 6, took the wing off the Alfa Romeo.
Yeah. That was bad time in Eckland.
Pelder Ragas' race not over, but it's going to be, his pace is going to be a lot slower. As exams disconnected.
Oh no.
And now Abzi's up past Peldy as well. Feature race winner then up into P11. He's gained a couple of places there.
Bradley's up to 10th. Brad. Up to 10. Liam, even after his spin, still up 5.
Yeah, Liam looks very quick indeed.
Shame about it. I think he could have achieved what you said at the start.
Yeah.
All over the back of McGamer.
Top 4 are starting to condense a little bit. PXTR right up behind Anton now as they head into the S's. Gamer into the pits. To be honest, Pelder Ragas shouldn't be too worse off here. So I reckon softs will go to the end.
Yeah, they'll go to the end from here, easily.
He lost 5 seconds, which of course is a shame in the pit stop, but now he's got a couple of laps to try and get an undercut on the top guys as to where he was fighting. As the Red Bull PXR gets up past Anton there. Looks like Geely just has the pace to hold on to the lead from his teammate. Well, I reckon Pim will probably be saving his battery a little bit. Maybe attack his teammate into the later stages, or they just go full on team orders and take the 1-2.
Yeah. Pim's a little low on fuel.
As yellow flags, Bradley spun
Bradley.
at 16.
Yeah.
Anton into the pit lane.
Traction.
So we have the first of the very top guys in. Gerber gets a 5 second for speeding into the pits. Let's go with the 3 seconds he got given, I think, at like turn 19. He tried from the race. Libert's in the pit lane, so that's okay. There won't be a safety car. Permayhem now back up to 6th, but I think he has quite a few pens. 6 seconds for him.
Bradley's in for hard, that's going to be tough.
It's going to be very tough. Why has he gone for hards?
Yeah, I don't know. Did he start mediums?
Started softs, I believe.
Nah, softs, hards, he's gone in.
Okay. Maybe just a mistake on the MFD, bit of panic. Or when he spun, he might have accidentally knocked it and didn't realise.
Yeah.
But now Lusak and Charlie right together on the exit of 11.
Liam's got all the way up to 7th.
Of course, that's helped by some people pitting, but
Yeah.
he has pulled what, 3 seconds on his teammate.
Yeah.
I think they were together at this point a lap ago or 2 laps ago. Definitely getting a move on. JD and PXTR into the pit lane. So, but Pim has opted to get the most out of those softs, do 1 extra lap. As Liam also into the pits, but activated his pit limiter very early. And Charlie's double stacked behind him, he's going to lose a lot of time there. As Permayhem retires from the race.
Nice. Called it a day.
Hasn't been the easiest of
Commentators
nights.
curved twice. Curved
Yeah.
twice.
Whoops. The pit stops look
JD's
to
got
have
back out in
broken.
third.
Okay. And he's 16 seconds behind his teammate. Onto them with that early stop list to have dropped back a couple of seconds. Probably didn't get the most out of those softs that he may have wanted.
Liam's come out right behind Bradley. Good little battle
So,
there.
6 cars on the screen all at once there, all
Yeah.
battling for position. To head into turn 12. I think Brad has just sent it on the racing points.
Yeah,
Now up
and
into
Liam's
P13.
down the inside. He's through as well, and the game has
Liam's
followed
passed
him.
as well. McGame is going to try and look around the outside as well. Manages to do it on the better tyres.
Well done.
And PXTR has jumped Pim.
Oh wow.
Front of the field, the Red Bull jumping from 3rd to 2nd in the pit stops. The extra lap on softs not helping out Pim at all.
Yeah, look at that undercut. That's nearly 3 seconds. It is 3 seconds. 3-second undercut.
Yeah.
Wow.
With Tomas trying to get back up into the higher points. Abzi is the highest soft runner in P7, looking very strong now. Of course, won the last race. We know he's quick here. And has got his way. I think he's half this position. So at around the 15th, 14th region.
Yeah, he's up 8, so 15th.
There's no leading the softer compounds at the end of the race. Gonna scan up to the top couple of drivers anyway. JD looks to have lost a little bit of time over this lap, but he's probably just making sure his tyres will definitely make it to the end. And then he's going to probably push a lot in a bit.
Yeah.
Without a second, however, getting closer now as the DRS will be on the back of that Williams. Nothing we can do this time around is to sit behind. Any battle here is going to help Anton out a lot. He's already
he'll be hoping they battle hard.
he's already gained a bit of time back on them. Absy's all right behind the Hazard.
He's
To
made
head
up that
through the
quick.
S's.
He's absolutely flying. Penalties can still play a big part here if anyone's on 2 warnings. Also,
Yeah, of
you're going
course.
to be very tentative.
And it looks like JD has chosen this lap to start pushing. He's pulled it almost a second out
Yeah.
in a sector and a half.
Yeah. Some serious pace.
Anton is now joining this battle
He's
for
just
second.
got past Hansa. And the DRS straight.
Next up will be the second AlphaTauri then of Lusek. And I guess he's going to be hoping some of the other guys get pens and then he can get double podium.
Yep.
And there's one now. JD picks up a penalty from the lead, however that won't currently affect him.
I think I was thinking in my head when he was pushing that he might be on 2 warnings, and he's trying to get the 3 seconds out and take the pen.
Absy takes a fast lap of the race now, right up behind Lusek. He's gained about half a second there in the final sector.
Yeah, he's absolutely flying. I won't bet against him here to get on the podium on track at the minute.
No, he's got 4 laps to do it. Just at the moment we'll be finishing 5th, but I doubt he's going to settle for that.
Yeah.
He wants to get past the AlphaTauri as quickly as possible, get onto the front guys, as there's been, I
Lots
think,
of
a bit of a
red
tangle.
layup.
May have been contact with McGamer. They were, I think, side by side on the exit of one.
Yeah, McGamer's lost an end plate. Here comes Absy.
Abs then on the inside of the Alpha. Very textbook move then. Ahead of them, Pim's just gone past PXTR
Ooh.
for second place.
Yeah, just penalty.
Going to be promoting Anton then at the moment. Needs to get a little bit closer, not in DRS range at the moment. Whereas Abs is getting a couple more attempts there in the final sector. He's got clean air once again. And Pim has picked up a time penalty.
Absy didn't get a penalty in the whole of the feature, so
Did you know if he had any warnings or?
I didn't. I can't tell you now. I'll tell you
Okay.
after. I've got it recorded. You must have a warning. If not, I'd be very impressed.
I've done a race here about a warning before.
Yeah, well,
I've also done Canada about a warning. That I thought my game was glitched.
oh, my game is finished. Oh, Absy's just picked up a pen. I'm just.
Oh no!
Oh, what have I done? So Anton is finishing.
Anton is looking very good now.
P2?
However, Absy is still gaining rapidly. He's going to want to catch up to the back of that Red Bull.
Howdy, I think, was the other one that finished without a time penalty.
Yes it
And
was.
he's just picked one up as well.
Okay. Guess you push more in a sprint race, don't you?
Yes. Carson at the minute seems to be picking up a penalty a lap.
And you can afford it and get disqualified.
12 seconds. It's a second a lap, that is, at the minute.
Back in that Red Bull, looking very loose through 19. Absy now just outside of DRS range of that top 4.
He'll be in there by the time he.
Now with
Yes,
2
on
laps
track.
left. JD's got his gap up to 4 seconds. That penalty really will not be affecting him at the end. I think keep it as it is. Anton currently looking very nice. Gonna look further down. Podoragos on the back of exam for that battle for P10. as Catterton set the fastest lap of the race.
Brand new softs.
Now then, Abzi on the back of Anton, what can you do into turn 12? Anything this lap, he has no battery to play with. And yet is still gaining massively on that Ferrari with the DRS. Not close enough this time around, however can brake so much later than Anton can. His tyres, as well as being a compound softer, are also 2 laps fresher.
Okay.
He's going to have a lot more grip at the moment. Probably should have sent it up the inside then, but he's going to get on the inside now into 17. Gets very tight, but he just manages to get off the throttle. And back out of that one. I think Anton was prepared to leave space then, but not much.
Yeah.
He's going to try again now up the hill into turn 1. With a little more battery now, with I think 10% at the start of that straight. We'll move to the inside and should be a lot better on the brakes. Anton's going to go for the switchback. Don't think it's going to pay off as the McLaren will have the inside. However, Anton's held it around the outside of 2 and keeps the place as they head into the S's. Very good awareness there from the Ferrari using the switchback. Up at turn 1. It's going to be frustrating Abzi a little bit now.
Yeah.
And to be honest, Anton, I don't know if I'd fight it this hard. Because I think now he's only getting 2nd or 3rd.
Yeah.
I was going to try it again, however, now he's actually got ahead before the braking zone this time and cuts back to the racing line. Anton thinks about a move up the inside, but thinks better of it. However, he knows as long as he can keep some sort of a gap here, a podium is still on. Just about.
Just about.
Head up to our leaders then. JD's going to come through the final corner now. A bit of a tough feature race. He's going to cross the line now, and despite a 3-second time penalty, he is going to win this sprint race here, which stops McLaren's little run of form there. However, Abzi's still going to be P5 for the McLarens. And Williams get, I think, their 3rd 1-2 of the season. I'm not entirely sure on that. Or their 2nd. It might be their 1st. I don't know. They've been on for 1-2s before, but I think something's not gone their way. And Anton 2 tenths away from 3rd in the end.
That fighting cost him a podium.
Just lost out on that podium. And unfortunately, Lord Rangalia only managing 13th in the end. I think if it wasn't for a couple of spins, Liam would definitely have been up there.
Yeah, he looked really quick when I was on board with him. Very quick.
But McLaren don't get a win this time, but they still win Driver of the Day.
There we go.
And I think Kia got it for the feature race, so they still win both of something. There we go. Williams get what I know is at least 1-1-2 of the season. And the Red Bull there getting P3. Good points for them as well. See the final classification then. More drivers avoiding pens this time. But there's going to be JD who takes the win from 11th on the grid. Got a very good start on those soft tyres, getting him up into 1st before the stops. His teammate Pim then rounds out the podium, not just round out the podium, gets 2nd, with PXCR rounding out the podium there for Red Bull, starting 6th. Anton then from pole didn't quite have the pace to stay with the leader, so we'll end up 4th here today, ahead of Abzi who won the feature race. Double points for him is going to be a good result. The Hazard, Lusak and Tomasz pick up the final points then here in the sprint race, ahead of Kia who just misses out, with Peldoragas in P10, Exam, Bradley, Super Sub Liam, who looked like he had a bit of a messy race, ahead of Adam, Catterton, Z92, Charlie was the last of your finishers here today, finishing 8 seconds back, with McGamer, Pro Mayhem and Gerber all failing to take the checkered flag here. But once again, it is another strong result for McLaren. They are properly taking that fight to Williams. At the end of the day, Williams at 1-2, they're probably going to extend their gap. With Kia not managing points in the second race. That will be it from us two here today. Hope you have enjoyed. Of course, I'm guessing can't speak for you, but I thoroughly enjoyed tonight.
Yeah, no, I think it's a great race again. Well done.
Yeah. And they're getting cleaner, which is even better to watch.
Yeah.
The pile up at turn 1, which I'm guessing will be sorted out through the week. Yeah, apart from that, that'll be it from us. Hope you have enjoyed, and we will catch you not next Tuesday because we have a week off, but the week after for round 7 of 11 here in CSGB F2. We'll catch you in 2 weeks. We'll see you then.